Puerto Rico, an island bathed in the sun-kissed waters of the Caribbean, has long yearned for the freedom to chart its own destiny. For over a century, the island and its people have grappled with the complexities of their political status, caught between the allure of statehood and the fervent desire for complete independence. This struggle for self-determination has been a long and arduous journey marked by both peaceful protests and acts of radical defiance. From the fiery speeches of Pedro Albizu Campos, who ignited the flames of nationalism in the 1930s, to the impassioned pleas for decolonization on the floor of the United Nations, Puerto Ricans have consistently voiced their desire for sovereignty, yet the path to independence has been fraught with obstacles, often met with indifference or outright hostility from the United States. In the face of such adversity, a small group of patriots emerged willing to sacrifice their freedom for the cause they held dear. These individuals, driven by an unwavering belief in Puerto Rico's right to self-governance, took extraordinary measures to draw attention to their plight. Their actions, though considered radical by some, were a testament to their unwavering commitment to the liberation of their homeland. These were not men and women driven by hatred or malice, but by an unyielding love for their island and its people. They understood the injustices faced by their fellow Puerto Ricans, the economic disparities, the political disenfranchisement, and the cultural suppression that had become all too familiar under colonial rule. Their struggle was not merely about political ideology, it was about human dignity, equality, and the fundamental right to determine their own future. Among the many individuals who dedicated their lives to the pursuit of Puerto Rican independence, 5 names stand out for their audacious actions and unwavering commitment: Oscar Collazo, Lolita Lebrón, Irvin Flores Rodriguez, Rafael Cancel Miranda, and Andrés Figueroa Cordero. These 5 nationalists, hailing from different walks of life, were united by their shared belief in the righteousness of their cause. Oscar Collazo, a World War II veteran who had witnessed firsthand the horrors of oppression, felt a profound sense of injustice at the continued colonial rule over his homeland. Lolita Lebrón, a seamstress by trade, possessed a fiery spirit and an unwavering determination to fight for the liberation of her people. Irvin Flores Rodriguez, a factory worker, was driven by the plight of the working class and the economic disparities that plagued the island. Rafael Cancel Miranda, a poet and writer, used his words as weapons to expose the injustices of colonialism. Andrés Figueroa Cordero, a student activist, represented the burgeoning youth movement that was becoming increasingly vocal in its demand for independence. These 5 individuals, each with their own unique experiences and motivations, came together to form a formidable force in the fight for Puerto Rican sovereignty. They understood that their actions carried significant risks, but they were undeterred. They were prepared to sacrifice their freedom and even their lives for the cause they believed in. Their courage and conviction would inspire generations of Puerto Ricans to come, serving as a testament to the indomitable spirit of a people yearning to break free from the shackles of colonialism. On November 1st, 1950, the world watched in shock as Oscar Collazo, armed with a pistol, attempted to assassinate President Harry S. Truman at the Blair House in Washington, D.C. This daring act of defiance, though unsuccessful in its immediate objective, sent shockwaves through the American government and brought the issue of Puerto Rican independence to the forefront of international attention. Collazo, along with fellow nationalist Griselio Torresola, had carefully planned the attack, driven by the belief that such a bold statement was necessary to expose the plight of their people. They saw President Truman as a symbol of American imperialism, responsible for perpetuating the colonial rule over Puerto Rico. The assassination attempt, though condemned by many, was seen by others as a desperate cry for help, a radical act aimed at breaking through the wall of indifference that had long greeted Puerto Rican pleas for self-determination. The incident sparked widespread debate about the legitimacy of Puerto Rico's colonial status and the ethical implications of America's continued control over the island. Collazo's actions, though extreme, succeeded in shattering the silence that had surrounded the issue of Puerto Rican independence. His willingness to sacrifice his own freedom for the cause he believed in served as a powerful testament to the depth of feeling on the island and the urgency with which the situation needed to be addressed. Section 4. Storming the Bastion of Power. The assault on the United States House of Representatives. 4 years after Collazo's audacious act, another group of Puerto Rican nationalists, led by Lolita Lebrón, staged an equally daring attack, this time on the floor of the United States House of Representatives. On March 1, 1954, Lebrón, along with Irving Flores Rodriguez, Rafael Cancel Miranda, and Andres Figueroa Cordero, entered the House chamber armed with pistols and a Puerto Rican flag. As the representatives assembled for their daily session, Lebrón shouted "Viva Puerto Rico Libre" and fired a shot into the ceiling. The attack, though causing no fatalities, sent shockwaves through the halls of Congress and once again thrust the issue of Puerto Rican independence into the national spotlight. The four nationalists, standing defiant in the face of arrest, used the opportunity to denounce American imperialism and demand the recognition of Puerto Rico's right to self-determination. Their actions, though shocking to some, were a testament to their unwavering commitment to their homeland and their willingness to risk everything for the cause of freedom. The attack on the House of Representatives marked a turning point in the struggle for Puerto Rican independence. It shattered the illusion of complacency surrounding the issue and forced the American government to confront the growing discontent within its own territories. The images of Lebrón and her comrades standing tall and proud as they were led away in handcuffs were etched into the minds of a generation, becoming a symbol of resistance against oppression and the unwavering pursuit of liberty. Section 5. Decades of imprisonment and the fight for freedom, the long road to recognition and release. Following their daring actions, the five nationalists faced swift and severe consequences. Oscar Collazo, initially sentenced to death for his role in the attempted assassination of President Truman, had his sentence commuted to life imprisonment. Lolita Lebrón, Irving Flores Rodriguez, Rafael Cancel Miranda, and Andres Figueroa Cordero were each sentenced to lengthy prison terms for their assault on the House of Representatives. Despite enduring decades behind bars, often subjected to harsh conditions and isolation, the spirits of these five patriots remained unbroken. They continued to advocate for Puerto Rican independence from within the confines of their prison cells, their voices reaching beyond the walls through letters, poems, and essays smuggled out to supporters. Their plight garnered international attention, with human rights organizations and prominent figures around the world calling for their release. The five nationalists became a cause célèbre, their names synonymous with the struggle against colonialism and the fight for self-determination. Finally, after years of tireless campaigning by activists, politicians, and human rights advocates, President Jimmy Carter commuted the sentences of the four remaining nationalists in 1979. Their release was met with jubilation in Puerto Rico and throughout the world, a testament to the power of perseverance and the enduring spirit of hope in the face of adversity.